Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the show that is very shortly going to be creating its own ad tier. So I would suggest that all of you get the premium package subscription as soon as you can. And that, of course, is the show that is called Dad's Turn to Talk. Welcome, everyone, to another episode. My name is Derek. I'll be your moderator for this evening, along with my two co-pilots here. The first I will introduce is a man that I think is going to resemble better with a story. So, folks, today I took my son to the doctor this morning, and he had to get 3 shots. 3 shots. One arm. Luckily, he doesn't have to get, most of them again until 11. But after it, he was so upset. He was so mad. He said, "I hated that, Daddy. It hurt so bad." I know, buddy. But then I said to him, it could be so much worse. You could be a fan of a college football team that you didn't go to school to. You could be a fan of Kiss disco songs. You could be a hardcore AEW fan. It could be so much worse if you were Josh. Hello, Josh.
Wow, that was kind of funny. It was really insulting, but kind of a compliment at the same time. That was funny. I wish the doctor had given you a shot.
I got those last week. Don't worry about it.
How did he get 3 shots? What was it, the MMR vaccine?
Yeah, it was that and chicken pox and, all that stuff.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Everything is good. We are, as you know, in the middle of moving.
Mm-hmm.
The next show we do next week, I'll be coming to you from a brand new place, a beautiful new townhouse that we have. And, big move is Friday, so it's just been a little bit hectic. But other than that, it's been a really good week.
Okay.
Bobby has disappeared.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Here, I'll talk for Bobby.
No, I'm here.
No, he's here.
I'm here.
He's here. Don't worry. Hold on one second. Just got a text I wasn't expecting. I apologize.
Live. I mean,
all
I'll
right.
do the whole, dance.
What?
Oh, stop it, Josh.
All right.
A-E-dub. A-E-dub.
Let me know when you're done.
I'm done. I'm waiting
Okay.
for Bob's face. What happened
Yes.
to
Now
Bob?
we're going to introduce Bob. Bob, if I could,
His pizza's
I'd
ready.
like to let you know that your your invite for the Emmys got lost in the mail. So we just wanted to say that. But how are you doing this evening? I believe you have.
You know what? I'm doing pretty good.
Oh my God.
I was very happy. It was a really good weekend.
How do you have a Michigan hat? When did you get a Michigan hat?
I've always had this hat.
When USC lost.
Wow, I hate you so much right now.
I had a
you
really
go
good
get it.
weekend. I'm really
Oh,
glad
you
to
Get it.
be here tonight. I'm drinking a brand new flavor of soda. This is Coke Zero, but Oreo flavored.
Oh, I've wanted to try it.
How is
All
it?
right. Let's find out.
All right,
All
here
right.
we go.
Tastes like USC.
Wow.
Oh, so like butt. Okay, that's
like laws. No, actually, it tastes like cream soda a little bit, except with like a little bit of hint of Oreo. So yeah, it's not too bad. It's not something crazy good, but it's not bad.
God.
I'd drink it again.
all right. Fair enough. Keep that hat on all night if you could.
Oh my God. You see your ugly bald head. Wow.
It
Oh,
doesn't look
no.
ugly and bald to me. It looks pretty.
Oh my
Oh,
God. I know you don't like cussing on here, but I'm really holding it in right now.
Mm-hmm.
We just got
Oh. Where do you even go to Lids? Buy every hat possible.
so yeah. Again, it was a great weekend. I can't really complain. So let's have some fun tonight.
Bob finally picked a pro football team to root for.
Wow. You're a Seahawks fan now.
And I just want to say, Derek, the only reason I'm not ripping you is because you were nice over the last few weeks. Josh was not. And
You
I want
bought
to point out
you
that-
bought a
that the 49ers, we'll get into that when we get into our fantasy recap. I've got love for them.
You bought a UT national championship T-shirt and hat after they beat SC. I never did that to you when Florida State couldn't win a game.
No, you just rubbed it in for 2 years straight. So
Well, you guys sucked. What do you want?
Week in and week out. So you know what? You had that one coming. And for the last 3 weeks, you've been rubbing it in. You had this one coming.
God,
So,
wow.
Josh actually sent me a snapshot.
You right there.
Josh actually sent me a snapshot of the post I sent him when Stanford. You sent me a snapshot from Facebook when I sent you the Stanford fight song after they beat USC.
I hate you. I hate you.
And it popped up as a reminder on your Facebook. Remember your friends from these years?
Oh my! I'm trying to find.
All right. We can get into it now.
All right. Okay, we'll move on.
Oh yeah. Fight song. Look at this. This is what he says.
You can't really read it.
All
right. Let's get into this.
All right. We'll do that later. Snapshot that and send it to Bob, and he'll see what.
No, he doesn't deserve it.
Okay, I'll snapshot and send it to Bob.
There we go.
You know what? Both of you guys are. Never mind. I hate this.
All right. Well, let's move on. Let's catch our breaths and let's talk about our first topic of the evening. Bob, if you would please. Excellent. Well done. That's right, folks. We're going to be talking about The Penguin. This show has just recently kicked off, and what a treat. Starring the incomparable Colin Farrell, picking up right where we left off from the Batman movie not too long ago. Before we begin, Bob, do we want to do the spoiler alert just to let folks know? What do you think?
You know what? Yeah, let's do it.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I just wanted to hear it. It's so good.
There's no spoiler.
Well, we're off to a great start tonight, aren't we?
Jeez. Gotta do something.
I know. So, folks, if you haven't had a chance to watch this, I'm just going to go ahead and set expectations right now. You're going to want to watch this. You're going to like the way you look. I think all three of our summaries of it are pretty positive. But let's go around the room. Bob, why don't we start with you and take it away.
First off, I thought this was great. Well written, well acted, well directed. The sets looked great. The costumes look great. The makeup job on Colin Farrell, I mean, he's unrecognizable. And then he has a great acting performance. Just overall, this show is fantastic, at least through the first episode. I like that literally we get into the meat of the story within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know, where he turns around and kills Falcone's son.
Which was shocking. That was shocking.
And yeah, but it happens, you know, real quick right away. And I don't know, did you guys watch the behind the scenes stuff at the end of it?
No.
Okay. So there's like a little behind the scenes stuff. And they talked about how that's going to be a central driving plot issue through the rest of the series. The fact that he killed Falcone's son and just the steps that he takes to try to get out of that and hide the fact that he did it. I thought were really well done. What's the name of the actress who plays Sophia Falcone?
What? I actually
I got it. Okay. Kristen Milotti.
Yeah, very good.
She was great.
Very good.
She was scary. Great way because. You know, just the way she looks, everyone says I'm crazy. You know?
Yep.
And yeah, you are. So,
any news from my brother?
Yeah. You know, you were just afraid what she was going to do. It was a great show. Those are my general thoughts. Just a couple things that I really liked. I'll turn it over to you, Josh, because that way you don't repeat everything that I said already. So, no, I don't mean that in a bad way because we're all going to compliment the same types of things. So
no, the show was excellent. Do we know why she was admitted to Arkham in the first place?
I don't think so yet.
Not yet.
I don't recall them saying.
Okay. It was fantastic. Really, like you said, shocking at the beginning with him killing Falcone's son. I really loved, and I don't know if Derek, you thought this. I know Bobby and I were talking about it. The chemistry Penguin had with the young kid.
Yeah.
I thought they really did well together
Yeah.
and made it very interesting.
You're gonna look that way. It's a nice sunset up there.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Yeah, are you gonna kill me?" He's like,
And then the slushy.
I had one of these.
Have you had a slushy? You want to get the mixed flavors. If you get the mixed flavors, it's so much better than the individual ones.
oh,
And-
great.
yes, it was awesome. And then what was the other part that I enjoyed? I mean, the whole thing was done so well. I love the look of Gotham, obviously just taking, right from where the Batman left off.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because, I'm watching the show and you guys know I'm a diehard Batman fan. And I'm like, is it weird that, it's at night and stuff is happening and there's no Batman, but it actually works out. Like they do a good job with it, telling the story. And, they say Batman's not showing up, but who knows? But at least it could set you up for the sequel.
Yeah.
And my understanding is
Supposed to, right?
This is what Matt Reeves said, that the Penguin very much leads into the Batman too.
Right. So that could be interesting. I still think, I don't know if they'll bring him in or not, but really, I mean, he did such a good job. And Derek, I told Bob, did you catch the Easter egg, the jewelry store, what the name was?
I did not.
Burgess Jewelry, after Burgess Meredith from Penguin.
Nice.
So I thought that was a really cool callback.
That's a nice touch. Yeah.
And then it was funny, the purple car. I was like, to me, it felt like Joker, but Penguin has had some purple in his costumes, right?
In his vest.
So I thought that was, legit.
Not as much as the Joker, of course.
Well, yeah, of course not. But still, it's just great. And I love even the part when his mother, and he's like, Ma, and they kind of took some of that from Gotham, from the TV show, because he had a very close relationship with his mother on that. I really enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
What do you think, Derico?
Echoing everything you said, but just a couple of points I wanted to just place on here. I never, we talk about underappreciated films on this program. We just start talking about underappreciated actors. Colin Farrell's awesome.
Oh God, yes.
He is really, really, really good, and I was reminded of it firmly here, folks. Yeah. We also talk about how we wonder about great writing, great storytelling, all of those things. This is how you do it.
Yep.
This is it right here.
Exactly.
Look no further.
Nope.
And not only is Colin Farrell great, but there's we talked about the lady who played Sophia.
Yep.
I thought Victor was even a good actor. For a stuttering kid.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell does such a beautiful job as maybe the most realistic depiction of the Penguin I've ever seen.
Yeah.
When he takes off his shoe, his toes are all mangled.
Yeah.
He's got some bar on the back there. He had the waddle down.
Yeah.
Like that was great.
I don't know if he had like scoliosis or but they did it the right way though.
Mm-hmm.
They did it the right way.
The beauty of it is that the story starts off in an immediate fashion from the Batman, but it doesn't dwell too much on the Batman.
No.
It focuses more on Gotham. And they do an immaculate job with Gotham too. I think if
Gotham looks great.
Right? So there you go.
It's gritty, it's dark.
If you really are a if you really write well, if you really produce well, and even direct well, and you know anything about Batman, you're going to make sure Gotham is its own character. And that's exactly what they did here.
Yeah.
It's really well done. And you're also interested to see where the story goes. There's going to be so much that happens within this. I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be one I'm going to be very glued on. I may have given up on the Acolyte, but dang it, I'm going to stay tuned for this one.
Which reminds me, speaking of the Acolyte, because so the viewership numbers for the Penguin has come out for over the first 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that it got 5.3 million viewers over the first 4 days. And they're saying that, all the Acolyte shills are out there trying to say that, oh, well, the Acolyte got 11.1 million. Yeah, but here's the difference. Disney Plus is a much bigger streaming service with, you know, it's a bigger platform. We're also talking Star Wars as opposed to, you know, Penguin. DC. The Penguin. And so it's different. Plus, when you factor in the budget, there's no way this is like $180 million show. You know, this is going to be much more reeled in with the budget. Mm-hmm. And they said that this is that this was the best debut for an original since The Last of Us. Mm-hmm. That was produced by Max. So,
and I think there's going to be a key difference here too. Let's not forget trends. How the Acolyte start?
Yeah, well, and remember the Acolyte fell off a cliff after episode 3. So
then this one I think is going to do the exact opposite.
I agree.
Hold on. Yeah.
You know, Derek, you said something before about the Penguin, about, you know, when he took the shoe off, and he got the waddle right.
Yep.
It's so funny because for so many years they were very worried about, well, if we bring this character in, can we make him or her realistic?
The answer is you can.
And the fact that they did it with the Penguin, that makes me feel very positive if they ever bring Mr. Freeze in.
I'm telling you how to do Mr. Freeze right now.
Yeah.
Make him whiter than me.
Yeah.
Put him in a butcher shop and have him work out of there. Like a freezer.
Yes.
And just have him work out of there.
Yeah.
And he won't leave, and you don't know why.
Yeah. It can be done. It can be done. Would you still have him use the gun though? The freeze gun?
You'd have to change that up, especially if you could maybe use it in the James Gunn universe, because we don't quite know how the James Gunn universe is going to be. If the James Gunn universe is going to be more like, you know, fantastical and stuff like that, then you could probably do it.
Or not campy. Fantastic.
Yeah, and that's okay. There's a place for that. And the truth is, I'd love to see some of that, because they've gotten Batman so gritty and grounded that, you know, we've missed out on some of the classic stuff that we remember, you know.
I mean, there was an element of like Guardians of the Galaxy type of wackiness that came along with Batman in certain ways. That's true.
You know, like I heard some another YouTuber say it this way, that if you wanted to make an accurate Batman that was accurate to the comic or whatnot, you've got the blueprints already. Batman the Animated Series. Just do that in live action.
Yeah.
If you did that, if you just did that in live action, you would be just fine.
Absolutely.
So, but Mr. Freeze with that ray gun wouldn't work in the Batman.
In this
one, Batman is a very grounded story, and so. But I agree with you, Derek. Gotham is very much a character in this. I like the fact that you're seeing kind of the underworld, because we saw a little bit of it in the Batman. I shouldn't say a little bit. We actually saw quite a bit, but now we're seeing a little bit more. You know, with like the whole problems with the Maroni family and the Falcone family.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he turns around and gives the ring back to Maroni.
Yes.
And then he's got when they got the body in the trunk, the ring is missing. So everybody's going to assume that it was Maroni who did it because he's got the ring.
Yep.
No, that's right. Yeah.
So, I mean,
we got to see Maroni.
Yeah. Oh, and that was, what's his name? What's his first name? Is it Thomas Clancy?
Maybe. I don't know.
Want to look it up?
No, because he's a fantastic. Yeah. Oh no, I'm not Thomas Clancy. Clancy Brown.
What was he in?
I don't know why I said Thomas Clancy, but I knew I was thinking about. Guys, the guy's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. What was he in? Like
he's been in a lot of stuff. Let's see. He was in he was in Highlander. He played the villain in Highlander. He was in the Shawshank Redemption. He was the prison guard who was beating the heck out of everybody.
Turn around and face the warden. That's that guy. Yep.
Yeah. He played in Starship Troopers.
He's been around for a long time.
Yeah, he was in your favorite show, Josh, Ahsoka. So there's been a lot of stuff that he's been in.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw Shawshank, or I've seen parts of it.
You've never seen Shaw? Oh my god!
I mean, I've seen parts of it.
Wait, okay, Face Off, I can understand, but
I've seen parts of it. I've seen parts. Maybe I did see it. Maybe I did see it in the.
Did you ever turn on TNT on a Saturday in like February?
I know it's on like all the time.
I know. No, I've seen parts of it for sure.
Parts of it.
Face Off, I don't know if I ever. It's funny because that.
Gosh, be quiet.
Okay,
it's done now. It's done.
All right. So let me ask you guys this: what do you think is your favorite Gotham City right now?
Favorite
based
Gotham.
On all the movies we've seen.
I don't know if that's totally fair. I might like this one a lot.
Okay.
You know what? I'm kind of with you, Derek, on that. I was gonna say the Batman or Gotham from the first two Tim Burton movies.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I don't like Gotham in the Nolan trilogy, except for Batman Begins.
Correct.
I like the way Gotham looks in Batman Begins.
Yes. Because Gotham was a character.
Yes.
In that movie.
But in The Dark Knight and in the Dark Knight Rises, it feels like it's New York. It feels like it's Chicago.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Because it is.
It is, yeah. That is Chicago in The Dark Knight. Yep.
Yeah.
My sister saw it being filmed.
Yeah. And was it? I think it was Pittsburgh in The Dark Knight Rises.
Well, some of it was. They filmed in different cities.
They filmed in like 3 or 4, didn't they?
Yeah, like they filmed in New York.
Yeah.
They filmed in Pittsburgh. Like I think the scene where the big fight happens at the end. I think I'm wanting to say that's in Pittsburgh also. I could be wrong, but I know they used the stadium, stuff like that. But they used a lot of different areas.
The bridges. I agree with you. I definitely like the Tim Burton ones. And I think this is very good.
That's what I'm saying. Here's why I also like the way they did Gotham in this one. In The Batman, they speak of Gotham. And, and that's all well and good. I mean, it's more about the mystery behind what the Riddler is doing anyway. It's a psychological thriller, so it has to kind of work that way. Yeah. They speak of Gotham, and this one they show Gotham. And that's much more powerful for Gotham.
When you talk about that they speak of Gotham, I think they do a pretty good job in the Batman of showing Gotham in that first, right after the Riddler kills the mayor.
Yeah.
When Batman's going into his monologue and you see him on Halloween walking the streets and all of that, and you're seeing like different sections of Gotham and stuff like that in the subway and all that. I think that is fantastic with the musical score and Pattinson's monologue that he's got going on. That is very, very well done. That opening of the Batman is arguably one of the best openings of any Batman film.
Fair.
I agree.
Fair. I give you that.
I agree.
This shows Gotham more.
Yeah, well, no, I agree with you. It's going to show Gotham more. And so that's cool because they're carrying what we already saw and they're going deeper into it. That's what I like.
Good way to put it. Good way to put it. But in your words, I believe this was some wisdom you spoke on this program previously. Can't remember who this quote was from. Don't tell me, show me.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do with this show on Gotham. And the Penguin, too. I mean, it's going to all come together. What I'm curious about is this the only show that we get in order to lead up to the next Batman?
Yes.
My understanding is this is going to be the only show leading into the Batman. But Matt Reeves has talked about the Batman being a trilogy and there being another spinoff. So
there's characters we can do here.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure.
They talked about doing an Arkham spinoff.
Yes, that was the one.
They didn't, but then they said it was canceled. Now they're saying it's back on, so it's kind of up in the air right now.
Well, when the Penguin is a big hit, they'll consider doing it.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this is only one episode. We're basing all of this after one episode, but I will tell you this one episode, I was hooked. I thought that was great.
If this is number one, you got me for the whole series.
Yeah. It was done very well. Also, the Gotham in the Joker was not bad.
The Gotham in the Joker? Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, okay.
It was okay.
It was okay.
favorite, but it was
all
okay.
right.
It didn't feel like a character though. I mean, it felt like he was in a city, you know.
Yeah.
So
It felt like they were like he was just around a bunch of really crappy people.
Right.
But I don't know
Now-
if it was more Gotham than
Yeah.
just people being rude.
speaking
Right.
of which, the sequel to that comes out not what is it, in a week
That's
from
terribly far
tomorrow?
away. I think it's
That's a week from. Is it a week from? No, 2 weeks from tomorrow.
2 weeks.
See, you got Joker and Venom happening in next month,
No.
don't you?
No, it's a week from tomorrow.
Or it is a week from tomorrow. Yeah, because it's on the 4th.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I releases like on the 3rd. So
The Joker and Venom.
yeah.
The third Venom is coming out too. So
yeah, we got quite a bit coming out next month. But yeah, we'll have
Yeah.
to check those out.
all right.
I know. Very good show. Very good show.
Are you
Very
guys looking forward to the next Joker?
Yes.
I'm not as excited as I was.
Okay.
I'm hearing that the budget on this thing just well, not just hearing, but read some stuff that the budget on this thing just blew up, and the critics are not talking real nice about it. Now, granted, I want to be fair, they weren't talking nice about the first one either.
Yeah.
So-
Right. Yours about audience score, not critics.
Yeah, I'm more interested in that. But I'm just saying that early on, it's not sounding too good. But then again, you never know. I just don't know if they can replicate that. Even if it's a great movie, I don't know if they can replicate that $1 billion again.
I think you can't really.
This is a different time.
Yeah, well, I mean, that and the first one was so much about the Joker becoming the Joker. Are people going to be as intrigued to see the Joker fall in love?
I mean,
Yeah,
if
well-
Lady Gaga does a great performance as Harley Quinn, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay,
Okay.
well, we're talking though. It's been 5 years since Joker came out, so
Yeah, it's been a while.
I mean, yeah, the box office and movie audiences are a little different now than they were 5 years ago. 2019 was a big year for movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but the Penguin.
Very good.
Yeah.
job.
Go watch it, folks. Please do
Yeah.
yourselves a favor. You're going to like it. And speaking of we might as well talk about thumbs up on this show, and feel free to go ahead and click that. And, do yourself a favor. Go the extra mile. Subscribe's right next to it. It doesn't take that long to get there. Please, feel free. We'd love to have you. We'll talk more about the Penguin and another show that will be coming up here, and that one's going to be a lot of fun. But on to the next topic. Bob, if we could, are we done, guys?
Yep.
You want to move on?
Yeah.
I got nothing else to say. Great show.
All right, excellent. Let's move on to the next topic. Cue it up, Bob, if you would. That's right, folks. We provide entertainment on this show. Another reason to subscribe. Let's go ahead. We are about to watch the Thunderbolts teaser trailer. This is another Marvel movie. We'll get into the characters and the story after we watch the trailer here. But this just came out not too long ago. So won't you join us in the viewing experience? Bob, whenever you're ready.
All right. Just make sure we're set. Okay, here we go.
I click leave on porch. Your subordinates will be reported to DoorDash HQ.
Alexi, it's me. Open up.
Milena? Hold on! Helena!
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about the wait. It was on an important call. Highly classified. Lot of work. Many irons in fire.
You feel fulfilled?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so full. So filled. But why do you ask this? What brings you here?
There is something wrong with me. An emptiness. I'm just drifting. And I don't have purpose. I thought throwing myself into work was the answer.
you?
I'm Bob.
Who sent you, Bob?
Nobody. You were all sent?
Everyone here has done bad things. Shadow ops. Robbing government labs. Contract kills.
Yeah, so?
So, someone wants us gone. What the hell?
We're brought up with this belief that there are good guys and there are bad guys.
What's the plan?
This could get messy.
But eventually, you come to realize that there are bad guys and there are worse guys and nothing else. Look at you. So adorable.
Don't worry, she's bulletproof.
What happened to bulletproof?
It's bulletproof-ish.
Is that Bucky?
That's not good.
Oh.
I'm excited. I thought it was cool.
All right, yeah. Let's start with you, Josh. What impressions? You like it?
I really thought it was entertaining. I love that Bucky is in it, so at least you kind of have that respect and notoriety. I don't know. It looks like they all have good chemistry with each other. Love Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Definitely better than what I thought it was going to be.
Okay. All right. Bob doesn't look convinced.
Of course, anything Marvel, it could be great. Bob automatically is going to say it's not good.
That's not true, and you know it.
Come on.
Bob has like plenty of Marvel movies.
You don't like this.
Yeah. Shut up, Josh.
Tell us. Shut up. You shut. Take off your hat.
That's the most asinine comment you've ever made.
You know what? Take your hat off. Let everyone see your bald head. Come on. Don't be shy.
I will take care of that. Shut up.
No,
Yeah, we only have room for one bald guy out here.
You shut up. I'm getting tired of this. They're going to throw me.
All right. First off, I just want to know who are all these people?
Yeah.
Who are all they? No, so okay. It looks interesting. Action-wise, it looks good. It's got a similar vibe with the action to what we saw in the trailer for Falcon and for Captain Falcon in the Brave New World. Because I'm not calling him Captain America because he's not Captain America.
Falcon in the Brave New World.
Yeah, the Falcon in the Brave New World. No, for Captain America and Brave New World, it seems like a similar vibe. It feels like they're trying to course correct with some things. So I like the action, but it's just the Marvel humor. And I'll say this: that was a long trailer. Gosh,
it was
like almost like a 3.5 minute trailer, and there's some parts where it just seems like they're lingering on jokes a little bit too long. And I've mentioned this to Josh before. I'm not a huge fan of the Marvel humor so much. Like the way they did it in the first Iron Man, great. Infinity War, great. Because they found the humor mixed with how intense the story was. Right. This, like, you have that whole scene. Are you fulfilled? Yeah, I'm fulfilled. Yes, I'm fulfilled. Yeah, and they just kept lingering on that same joke. So, are we going to get a lot of that in the movie where it's just lingering on these jokes over and over again? But otherwise, I didn't hate the trailer. I'm just not sold on this movie. I think there's potential here. We'll say that there's potential. Yeah. I want to see another trailer before I really start to make an opinion, or shouldn't make an opinion, but make a prediction as to how I think the movie will turn out.
Prediction? Yes, prediction. Pain. Sorry.
Are you though?
Not at all.
Okay, thank you. Exactly.
Not at all.
All right.
What do you think, Derek?
Okay, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I liked what I did see in terms of the action sequences a lot. I'm a big David Harbour fan. I always, ever since Stranger Things, that guy can do no wrong by me.
Yes,
I will forever be a fan. Thank you, sir.
He can do no wrong. Hellboy.
I know. I was just about to say
that was before Stranger Things.
No, was it?
Okay.
I think it came out like after season 2 of Stranger Things or something like that.
Does it make?
Yeah, you messed up, Derek. Admit to the whole world right now. You just
shut up,
Derek. You got that one wrong.
Let's move on. All right. And you know, I don't know why, but Florence Pugh has always. I've always had a thing for. I don't know why, but I've always had a thing for her.
That's because you watched Oppenheimer.
Is that what it was? Yeah, that probably was what it was. But it's going to get me to see it. Okay, right off the bat, that will get me intrigued to see it. So I will go. That you got me on. Am I going to give it an awesome review? We'll see.
Yeah.
It's not really a well-known comic either. This one kind of came out of left field.
What do you know about them, Derek? Usually,
okay, so the Thunderbolts is named after General Thunderbolt Ross, which is the Red Hulk. That's Harrison Ford's character.
Okay,
he puts this team of
who's probably not in this movie.
Who's not
probably not.
Louis Dreyfus put them together.
No. She's the one that they're all going after. They don't like her.
Oh, really?
They don't like her. She's not meant to be liked.
Okay.
Yeah, so General Thunderbolt Ross is the one that puts all of this together. Now, he's not exactly known to be a nice guy, but neither are any of these folks. So now we have to see exactly how all this is going to tie together.
So
now,
is this
we don't know yet, which is
interpretation of Suicide Squad? Is this like Marvel's interpretation of the Suicide Squad?
I mean, not. They're not all technically villains. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah, Bucky.
You know, Bucky's not really a villain. I mean, he's
not at all.
No. So then there's
U.S. Agent.
Yeah, he's not really a villain either, though.
I would say this feels like a group of anti-heroes.
Yeah, it's not exactly a group of villains that are going to get thrown back in prison or executed.
Yeah,
these are kind of rebels that have gone off the beaten path and aren't exactly on a track of what many would call justice. Again, an anti-hero. But they're not trying to do anybody wrong either. They're certainly not evil. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm intrigued. I'm going to go see it.
Yeah.
I'll say that. So, hey, get me to the theater. I'll be glad to go.
Okay. Bob?
You going to go?
No, I already said what I was going to say.
Okay, yeah. I thought it looked good. I'm cautiously optimistic. Again, don't know a lot about it, but random thought I heard the other day. I think someone was joking. They said, "Did you hear who's going to play Magneto now? Chris Evans."
That's a lie.
I know. Well, after the Robert Downey Jr. thing, now they're saying, huh?
I saw a meme today that they're going to cast Robert Downey Jr. to play Darth Vader.
Of course. I
mean, honestly, they have been talking about redoing X-Men to actually make it a full-fledged part of the MCU. I don't know if that's a great idea, but I would strongly consider taking it in a new direction as Deadpool recommended before you go down that road. But I've always been a fan, too, of the X-Men. You guys know that.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see. All right, we're intrigued. All three of us are intrigued. We'll say that. And that's a good place to be. Anything else on that one, guys?
Nah.
No.
Let's move on. Bob, if you would. Well, we praised one show. Let's trash another. Because we got to be fair on both sides. We decided to watch both episodes 1 and 2 of Agatha this week, found on Disney+. And we really encouraged you to watch the first show that we talked about, we can encourage you to watch this one too, but you're probably going to go through a headache like we did. And if you're really in the mood for pain, this is going to be a show for you. Now, we're going to get into the deep details of this because there are some things I think that are pluses. Bob felt the same way. Josh, we'll get to you as well. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But why don't we start off with impressions and what you liked, what you didn't like, which will probably be much more of the conversation. Bob, why don't you kick us off this time?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Thank you for that. The audience thanks you.
Okay, we do want to point out that episode 3 just released a couple hours ago. We didn't get a chance to watch it before this, so we're just reviewing the first 2 episodes. So this show may take a different direction based on what we're going to say, for more the positive or the negative. So don't know. But my general impressions, what I thought this show was garbage. No other way to put it. But it was not garbage that I hated. I did not hate this thing like The Acolyte. Like this. Okay, so you got The Acolyte level bad. You have Secret Invasion level bad. And just based on the first 2 episodes, I didn't think it was horrible. It was garbage, but it wasn't like horrible garbage.
It was like the recycling bin. It was like
there you go. That's it. Yeah. There's some stuff in the can, but it's not like smelly yet. So I mean, so this is the weird show because this show. There were things that I just rolling my eyes. I was just like, God, what is this? And then there were other parts that would come up and I was be like, yeah, you know what? That's kind of cool. Kind of like that. And I want to see where it's going. So this was very weird for that. I thought the first 20 minutes were interesting. If they had kept the show kind of like that and had a mystery, and then maybe by the end of it, of the mystery, it led to her getting out of Wanda's spell, I think that could have been a very interesting show, kind of a procedural type thing. I think that would have been really good. Obviously, she was hamming it up during those first 20 minutes because she was supposed to be like out of place and whatnot. So, like Josh had mentioned to me, God, wasn't she overacting a little bit? That was the point because she was supposed to be out of place. So I was fine with that. She did. I've heard other people mention this, and this is true. I can't unsee it after I heard them mention it. This is very much what's her name? Sandra Bullock from Miss Congeniality is what she looks like, before she got the makeover. It's very much, she's sitting there doing the gum and she's got the same hairdo and everything. I don't know if that was done on purpose or what the case was, but it was better when she looked like Agent Hart before it became an Agatha show. The first 20 minutes I thought were good. The rest of it, God. But yet I was kind of interested based on the end when they're beginning to go down the Witch's Road. I was kind of interested to see that, but you mentioned this to me, Josh, or it was the journey to get there that just, So, yeah, I thought it was garbage, but it wasn't horrible garbage. I mean, it's interesting enough to where I kind of want to know what's going to happen.
Okay.
All right. That was probably as good of a review as we're going to get.
Yeah.
So, Josh, go ahead.
So I liked the first episode. I know you guys said the first 20 minutes. I thought pretty much the first episode was fairly solid, which had me intrigued. Loved the
real quick, Josh, because you're mentioning that first episode. What's the name of the actress who was out to get her? Aubrey Plaza, right? Isn't that her name?
Yeah.
Yep.
She was good. I forgot to mention that. She was good.
She's good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
She was good. It was interesting. There was one part I didn't even mention to you guys when she was running after the, her, I guess, friend now or whoever who robbed her. And here's a witch that she couldn't catch him like right away. She couldn't put a spell on him. She had to wait till he gets all the way to the fence and let the dog try to attack him. And then that's how she gets him. But other than that, I was like, okay, interesting. Don't know what what's up with the girl who, died, and she went to the library and talked
Well,
to
the girl who
them.
died, that was supposed to be Wanda.
Was that who that was supposed to be?
Yeah, that was supposed to be Wanda.
Said Scarlet. She said it like.
Oh,
yeah,
she did.
And then remember the name appeared on the toe tag.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then we got to episode 2. And I was like, are you kidding me? It was so freaking bad. It took forever. How can I count the ways of how bad this second episode was? First of all,
sing it.
No.
It just took too long to get to the very end. Here they have the mom from that 70s show come in and have her do the little sing-along, and she's not freaked out because she's dealing with 4 other witches?
Okay, I thought that part was kind of funny. And the reason why I thought that part was kind of funny was because obviously the witch that's missing is supposed to be Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
So that's the witch who was missing. And Agatha didn't want to go get her, so she's just like, "Hey, you, come here." And she's like, "Hey, I get to go be with the ladies." So
am I supposed to know this song?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny, but not like laugh out loud funny, but just kind of like, oh, okay, that was kind of funny. I mean,
I think she would have been freaked out. I think she should have been freaked out and tried to get out of there.
That's the mom from that 70s show.
After hanging out with what's his name, Masterson and and Ashton Kutcher and all these others, no, she's not freaked out by anything.
No. She knew exactly what was going down in that basement. She knew exactly what was going on.
And then just the whole thing with the other witch who was the tarot card reader and just taking forever. Like, why? It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't important to the story.
Yeah, they really dragged that out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they couldn't focus on Agatha. Because I really liked her at the beginning.
Did Dave Filoni write this?
Yeah, no kidding. It was like a filler episode 2. I just was like not at all impressed.
I mentioned that, Derek, because Josh and I always mentioned that Filoni for Star Wars, he always has these filler episodes, and that's a lot of what episode 2 was. It was just filler.
It was.
Yeah, it wasn't telling the story. It was just a filler. Oh, we don't know what to do, which is scary because who knows? Do I really want to watch episode 3?
Well, okay. So that leads me to my review.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yes, it's trash. Nobody cares about this character. Nobody does. It doesn't have any business getting its own series. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of internet. It just doesn't need to be on streaming or programming at all. This is just no place in any streaming service. None. I'm almost tempted to use the word worthless here. And the only reason I'm not is because Catherine Hahn is in it. And I love Catherine Hahn.
I do too.
Great. She's awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is going to make or break her career either. I mean, she's always capable of bouncing back. So she's going to be fine either way. But the first episode, to Bob's point, those first 20 minutes did have me hooked. I won't deny that. That did happen. And I was telling Bob this through a different text, but if you had made this like a crime thriller detective show that somehow tracked back to the Salem witch trials, I would have been down.
Yes.
Like, way down.
Excellent comment, Derek.
Totally and I'm like, man, that would have been good. And she would have been perfect for that. And she speaking of Marvel humor, Bob, she's just funny on her own. So the Marvel humor may not even have had to touch that. She could have probably pulled that off fine. And she includes that with the story that we're telling. But no, we had to take a trip to Crapville and head on down, about halfway through the episode 1. I'm like, oh, there it is. There's the trash. Okay. I was wondering when it's going to show up.
And you know where when it happens. It's the moment she comes out of the spell. The moment she comes out of the spell and she's walking butt naked, down the street. And
that was it.
What?
The minute she walks out of the house naked, it's I was wondering we were going to get here.
And you could see the Marvel humor there because she's like telling everybody, "How long have I been here? How long?" And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, you've been here for 3 years. We just kind of humor you.
Yeah. And then
kind of putting up with you."
Yeah, and then I like Aubrey Plaza too. I think she's great.
I thought she was kind of cool in this.
Yeah. And it was a fun little fight sequence they had together. I mean, that was cool. And then it kind of ends there with the kid in the closet who now I guess is part of the coven.
It's who he's supposed to be, right?
Who's he supposed to be?
Wiccan. From my understanding, that's supposed to be Wanda's son.
No, really?
That's my understanding. That it's supposed to be Wanda's son, aged up, and that's why the voice when he tries to give his name just keeps blocking out because, or when he's giving history because it has to do with Wanda. And I don't know if it's going to swing back to he's not real or what the case is because remember he wasn't a real kid,
right?
It was Wanda's imagination.
Him and his sister.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's not going to save this. Anyway,
I told Bob real quick, Derek, that what they really could have done is made her a really bad blank witch, and she could have been one of the villains for like the new Avengers. That they could have really made her interesting, and instead,
not the villain.
No, who would she have really been an enemy against except Scarlet Witch?
Yeah,
White Vision. Like who?
I just think she could have just attacked everyone. Was all powerful, and I feel they took that away.
Well, they did take her power away.
Yeah, but even worse now.
Yeah, and then episode 2 had to do with getting the girls trip ready to head up to Napa. That's how she looked like she was dressed for the wine trip.
It's funny that you say that. I heard several people say that this was a show made for a bunch of wine moms. That's
funny.
Together, so it's funny that you say that.
Yep, she got a little group together. They started singing songs. Walk down that road with all the wineries there. Pick your favorite. There's a nice, cab that's served over here. You can sample. I mean, okay. Yes, you see a road. Yes, it gets you curious about it. But I got to tell you, I'm not as curious to see what happens on this show. No. Just because I don't think I really cared about it much to begin with to start.
Okay. Let me rephrase. When I say that I'm interested to see where it goes and what happens down the road, it's not like I'm rushing to go see the next episode. It's kind of like, I'd kind of like to see what happens. I mean,
I get it.
Let's put it this way: The Acolyte. I only was watching it because we talked about it here, and I was reviewing it on my other's channel. I'm not going to review this on my other channel. I've got no interest to review it, but I am kind of interested enough to see what happens,
Right.
So we'll go from there.
I'll go through the 3 positives just to, one more time. We already talked about Catherine Hahn. The show had potential, maybe still does, to do like a true crime thing to Salem. Maybe. I don't know. It's only 2 in. Now there's a third. But the third plus I will say that Salem 7, that group of dark witches there.
They were.
That's
scary.
how you do witches.
Yeah, that looked kind of cool.
That's how you do it.
And that's why maybe I'll watch a third one just to see where they
weren't those the witches from The Acolyte?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thingy.
They're gonna walk up the power of many.
When did singing become a part of all this?
Oh God, I know.
Bad. It was so bad.
I will say this: this was at least better than the song in The Acolyte.
Oh.
That's a low bar.
Yeah.
See how low that bar is? I got my thumb.
Yeah, they literally just had to step over it. They didn't even have to jump.
All right. Well, all right. You know what? We'll give it one more round. We'll see what episode 3 brings. Or at least I will. Josh, what do you?
Yeah, I'm
probably gonna watch episode 3 just to see
All right.
How many episodes is this? 8?
I don't know. I'm sure it's gonna be 6 to 8. I'm sure.
No,
I mean, that's what they all run.
Episodes. No, it'll be 16 episodes just to spite us.
No, despite you.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, of course.
They don't care what we think. They care what you think.
No, it's all about me.
Yep. That's why they go to the boardroom every day. What is Josh going to think? That's first thing on the agenda. All right. All right. All right. So, anything else when it comes to this show, gents?
No.
God, no.
All right. Well, speaking of suck, well, we might as well move on to our next topic for the evening. Bob, if you would, please. All right. So this week, what a joke. This trash that happened this past Sunday was nothing to write home about, and that's putting it nicely. This was garbage this week. Bob, if you would.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so first off, I do have to remind everybody that after week 1, Josh said that, or Josh did beat us in week 1.
You bunch of losers!
But as we found out, he does not know how to handle success. So in week 2, Josh finished in last place, and Derek won it all. But I hadn't won one yet, and I can finally say that after in week 3 that I finally beat these two.
Oops.
It felt really good. So once again, this is our fantasy football league over on DraftKings, and we're just going to recap week 3. So first off, we go back to Josh, who is once again in last place. Josh. So,
my wife is not too happy with me with these scores.
So Baker Mayfield, 9.52 points. Charbonnet, you went back to. Good pick, 25.7. Kamara, we got unlucky there. Didn't we all have Kamara? Yeah, all 3 of us played Kamara. So, and I'm not saying that he did horrible, but when you paid $7,500 to get him, you're expecting more points out of him.
Exactly.
You didn't get that. Harrison did okay for you. Same thing. When you pay $7,400, you're hoping for more. But the rest of your lineup was awful, Josh. Ridley, Shaheed, Bowers, Van Jefferson all laid an egg. The Saints defense did okay for you. Final total was 88.32. Final verdict for you, I might never win again. So
it's better than last week's score.
Yes, that was. It was better than last week. So, all right. Now we're going to get into our second place finish. And this week was Derek. So, Derek, it was literally like only a point higher than Josh here.
Wait, you're a Raider? No, you're a Niner.
Minshew did okay for you. You only paid $5,300 to get him, so it wasn't too bad. Again, Kamara, we already talked about. Singletary, actually pretty good for $5,700. Got you 19.8 points. The rest of your lineup disappointed with Cooks. Adams was a big disappointment.
That's why I took Minshew, too. I thought maybe the 1-2 combo would do well in Carolina.
See, and that's actually a good play to have some correlation. It just didn't work out. Mike Evans also had a real down day as Tampa Bay really struggled. Schultz, not too good. Juwan Johnson, you went double tight end there. You really did well with the defense with the Packers. Total score was 89.86 points. Final verdict, at least I beat Josh. And now, on to our champ for the week.
Of course.
Now, I got to point out here that there's one part of my lineup that's good, and the rest of it is awful. And if it hadn't been for that one part, I would have ended up with the lowest score. But
you're welcome, Bob.
Yes. So I played Carr because they had been the number 1 offense, and I was thinking, okay, maybe they'll pull this. They'll have another one, especially going up against the Eagles, whose defense had been awful. No, it turned into a defensive game with several field goals. Awful football game. Achane laid an egg. We already discussed Kamara. I went with Jamison Williams. Really bad play. He had 20 targets through the first 2 games.
Wow.
He had 3 in this last game.
I could have told you not to pick him.
Shahid laid an egg. Bowers, Jordan Mason, not his normal self, but that is because Juwan Jennings for San Francisco. He cost $4,100 to get him. I played him because I had $4,100 left, and I thought with Samuel and Kittle out, he's got a shot to get some targets. Sure enough, he went off. He had 11 catches, 175 yards, 3 touchdowns, 49.5 points for a final score of 113.08. Final verdict, I love Juwan Jennings. So
Third and Juwan.
So now the leaderboard, each of us have a victory, so that ties us all for first place. However, I think Josh should be in last place since he has 2 last place finishes.
That's true. But he's in last place.
Yeah.
So that was the recap for this week.
Josh, anything to say?
No comment. Unbelievable.
You're trying to bury yourself in your phone with texting. That's not going to help.
What happened was, I'll tell you what happened, guys. I was trying to go for the $1 million lineup.
Shut up!
My God, would you stop interrupting me with the stupid parrot? Every time.
Shut up!
You shut up, you bald-headed freak. So
okay, look, Josh. Look,
shut up.
There's a difference with playing the Millionaire Maker and then when you're playing against just 2 people. Like I said, I made a mistake.
You make excuses. That's
not an excuse. I told you I purposefully made that choice. It was the wrong choice.
And you can't overcome.
You turn around and go, you said you made an accident. You're making excuses. I never said the word accident. I said I purposefully chose to do it.
Head, you little wimp. Good God.
Shut up!
I'm going to shut the parrot. Oh, my God. I'm going to whip you this week, and you're going to make another excuse. You're going to go.
I hope so, Josh, because I will say my lineup was bad. It really was bad. Honestly, I would have ended up with the lowest score except for one player. I got 50 points almost off that one player.
Lucky.
I got lucky, but you know what? The final score says
exactly.
I won.
Luck or not.
And at the end of the day, Josh, at the end of the day, you and I have talked about this before. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
You get an
I
F.
was lucky.
Get an F, fail, and that's it. You're done.
No, shut up.
Get it again. Bring the parrot again.
You love that parrot. So
don't dare him, Josh.
Little joke.
That's your parrot.
That's your parrot.
Oh my God! Show me a polar bear.
That'll come later.
Yeah.
Derek, you stay out of this. I'm working on him right now. Okay, go back in your little hostage situation in your garage. Go back to WeWork.
My hostage situation of awesomeness.
Yes, let's get into some awesomeness.
Wow.
Yeah, speaking of awesomeness, oh, folks, look out. We're going to get right back on the right track. Bob, if you would, please. Oh, yes, sir.
That was great.
That was good. Great. That was very, very good. Folks, we have been talking about underrated, underappreciated movies that we'd like to go back to. Bob made the terrific choice last week for The Mask of Zorro. My choice this week was Face Off. And, folks, if you haven't seen this movie, you're really doing yourself a disservice. Josh had not seen this movie, and finally he did. He can vouch for it.
Excellent.
Just to set the stage here, folks. This came out June 27th, 1997. The budget for this was $80 million. You boys want to take a guess what it grossed?
I'm going to say about 250.
Josh?
175.
Bob actually almost hit it. It was 245.7 million.
Wow.
Yeah, you were just about there, Bob.
Right.
And that is what we call a profit.
Right.
So, fair enough. This was in the height of the summer movie season. It stars Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. I will, of course, save my thoughts, but let's kick it off with the one who saw this for the first time.
Yes.
Josh, if you would.
Oh, phenomenal movie.
Mhm.
Phenomenal, very far-fetched, but I don't care. I loved it.
That's the beauty of it.
Oh,
Yes,
it's
yes.
so good. That I mean, the very beginning of the movie when the son dies, I'm like, okay, what did these guys get me into?
Mhm.
And it took the first 15 minutes on the plane, and oh my god, the action and the suspense. And God, Nicolas Cage was such a jerk, and then in with the priest office and grabbing the butt, be like, oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
what's it called?
hallelujah.
Yeah, they're playing the Messiah, and he's sitting there.
oh, I'll tell you what, it's made me think about eating a peach again. Let me tell you, jeez, wow. And just an amazing him and Travolta, just like an amazing chemistry, and even like Travolta's wife in the movie did such a great job, and the daughter. He's like, let me hear, check out this knife. Next time you stab him in the thigh and you twist it, and sure enough, she did it to him.
Yep.
You know, it's great because the way he tells her, he's like, "Do you have protection?" She's like, "What, condoms?" And he pulls out the knife. Protection.
Yeah. Oh, so good. It was so good. What other part was just phenomenal? Oh, that whole scene with Gina Gerson and her son and the guy who gave him the drugs, and they were just fighting like all the SWAT team was there, and my God, it was insane. And they put the headphones on the kid and let him listen to music, and all this fighting is going on. And then they end up adopting him at the end, which I thought was really cool. And also,
I really don't think that's the way it works. You know that.
No.
Hey, can we keep him? Yes.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Yeah, but you got to say nope. Sorry. We're done. But just an amazing movie, and then who played Nicolas Cage's brother did a great job. I still can't believe how he figured out the whole thing.
The whole thing?
Well, with Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
See, what Josh can't seem to understand, he was telling me he doesn't understand how the brother was able to figure out that Sean Archer was not Castor Troy when he came into the
like when what was my medication? Yeah, like that. Yeah.
He's having trouble figuring out how he was able to figure out. It's because it's his brother. He just knew something was off.
Yeah, he knew it wasn't. He wasn't acting like himself.
And then as soon as he's in the interrogation room and John Travolta walks in and he's talking to him, he's like that face. What does he say about something about the face? He tells him, and then
remember now.
He's like, "You're supposed to be making me look good, bro." And
yeah,
and it's just the way he tells him. Like he said, "Once I become a national hero, then we'll have all the power." Next question, please. It's just the way he's talking to him that's how the brother knew, right? Because there was just something off.
Yeah. No matter how much like Sean Archer tried as Nicolas Cage, you knew he wasn't him. Like, remember when he had to make that crazy face when he was in prison? He's like,
"I'm Castor Troy."
It was funny. I told Bobby this the other day that when he first goes to prison, he almost seems like a broken man.
Yeah.
And when he gets out of prison, when he breaks out and he attacks everyone, you forget that's John Travolta's character, and that he actually is a tough guy, and that he can take out all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought he did a great job. I mean, thank you for picking it out, Derek. I thought it was an amazing movie.
I'm glad you got to catch it finally for the first time.
I'm very happy.
Good. Bob, to you, sir.
This movie is so over the top. It is great. The stuff that happens in this, just some of the lines, just everything about this. Okay, so the movie's directed by John Woo, right?
Yes.
It's supposed to be John Woo. So he's got this flair for using slow motion in his stuff and having over the top action sequences. But like the slow motion. You see Nicolas Cage or Castor Troy getting out of the car, and he's walking in the coat is flapping in the wind.
Gold pistols, baby.
He's like,
gold pistols.
Yeah, and then a little bit later in the church, you see the pigeons flying around, in slow motion. And well, so he's got this flair for the visual.
Did John Woo direct M Night 2, Mission Impossible 2?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of that type of stuff in this, and it's well done. It works for what this movie is. You have to really suspend disbelief though with this movie, and if you can do that, you're really gonna have a great time with it, because just the stuff. Okay, well, he goes to have the surgery done, and they're like, "Oh, healing only takes a couple of weeks now. No big deal." And they take the face off, and he's like, "We're just gonna attach it onto yours, and we just simply attach the tear ducts and the muscles, like it's no big deal, and."
So complicated.
It's no complication whatsoever. It's just so over the top that as far as believability.
Yeah. Would you like it now, though?
What's that?
Would you like that now? If that movie had just come out now?
Oh, I would still like it, because it reminds me of the old type of action movies, and that's what I liked about this.
Yeah.
Is this is the type of action movie that you're just gonna have fun. Okay, and so everything, like I said, is over the top. Nicolas Cage's reaction or his facial expressions. He's got the FBI agent who's pretending to be the stewardess there in the plane, and he's ready to get it on with her right there in front of his brother. I mean, before Sean Archer and all the FBI come, driving up, he's sitting there unbuttoning her coat and everything. He's ready to get it on right there. So you got that. What was it? When they disarmed the bomb, you got the computer with the lady's boobs hanging out, and the computer's boob. I mean, it's just so, and it's like, you disarmed me, and then we've been, since you and I met, or since you mentioned the movie, Derek, we've been throwing quotes back and forth to this movie. Just the lines in this movie, the quotes are great in this. There are so many one-liners, or quotes that are just memorable from this movie. Like John Travolta, he's like, "Well, I guess you're going to be in here for the next 100 years."
But you're still not having any fun.
And what did he say when he's dying? At the very end, what was
he's like? Yes, I've misbehaved. I deserve to be punished.
And then he just goes.
And so the action sequences, like I said, they're so over the top. Just from even the first one there at the airport is just, everything is blowing up for no reason at all. You got crates of like gasoline just sitting there. They're blowing up for no reason. The sequence of the boat is crazy. He's sitting there skiing on the boat with those skis on. But my favorite action sequence isn't even a huge one, but it's the moment when they're in the church.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they have the standoff. And I think that is a fantastic
That's my favorite scene in the whole movie.
And yes. And Travolta tells him, your son was an accident. I meant to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you took it so personal. Why didn't you just let it go or go kill yourself?
Yeah.
And I'm like, geez. So, and they're all in this standoff. Gina Gershon's there, the wife's there, the henchmen are there. And it ends like on a sad note as everybody just lets their guns off. But, but it ends on a sad note with Gina Gershon's character dying, but you have that moment where she looks at Nicolas Cage and she's like, "Take care of our boy. Don't let him grow up to be like us." And I've always wondered, by this point, did she know that wasn't Castor Troy, that was Sean Archer? Or did she still think that it was Castor Troy? Because
I don't know.
It's hard to know because he keeps referring to him as baby, but you want to know, is she just doing that for the appearance there,
Right.
or it's just weird because even if she did know, let's assume she did know, she would have been mad at Castor Troy for killing her brother.
Yeah.
So I've always wondered that because it's never explicit there, but I think she did know.
She knew because he's Archer, I'm Troy, and I'm bored.
See, that's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, she was like, "And I'm bored," and it's because she was upset at him for killing the brother.
Yeah,
or for killing her brother. So, yeah,
hold on.
Great sequence.
When her brother died.
What's that? Her brother was the dude who gave the drugs.
The bald-headed guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I got completely confused with that part because I thought there was like a love triangle.
Of course, it gets confusing because they turn around and kiss each other on the lips like they're in doing a relationship or something like that.
So they were brother and sister?
Yeah, they're brother and sister.
Wow. What's Gina? Derek, didn't we see Gina Gershon at that restaurant years ago in LA?
I was just about to mention this. Yes, we did.
Yes.
And we were in Mateo's, which was featured in Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yes. And I saw Gina Gershon at the table, and I could not believe my eyes.
Yes.
Now, this is LA. I shouldn't be surprised, obviously.
She was beautiful still.
But I'm like, oh my gosh, she's still stunning. She looks so good.
She was so. Wasn't she also in Showgirls? Like
yes.
Yes,
she was.
Look how excited Derek. Yes, she was.
She was, absolutely.
Just real quick.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Just real quick, Derek, before you get into what you thought about the movie. The other scene I really like is when Sean Archer has Castor Troy there at right after the funeral, and he's got the gun at him, and Jamie, she's got the gun and she's pointing them at him, and by this point the device has been dislodged, so they both sound like John Travolta, or they both sound like Sean Archer, and he's sitting there and he's like, "Listen to my voice. I'm your father. I'm your father." And then he's like, "Use your eyes, Jamie. Shoot him. They killed your brother." And sure enough, she shoots and misses. Well, not misses, hits him in the arm. And he goes up and grabs the gun and he's like, "No daughter of mine would shoot so wide." Dad, put the gun down. And so I thought that was a great sequence. And he's like, "Now let's see what's in Papa's bag. Peaches." I mean, it's such a great movie. I love Face Off.
There's going to be some changes around here. It's so good.
He's got a brand new bag.
Man.
One last thing.
Yeah.
The line that Castor Troy tells Jamie after her boyfriend tried to assault her.
Yeah.
He turns around. He says to her, "Dress up like Halloween and ghouls try to get into your pants."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, great, Dad, you're blaming me for this."
Yeah.
So I just thought that was a great line. So fantastic movie. It's just a lot of fun, over the top action, over the top everything in this
You'll
movie.
get it all.
Storyline is ridiculous,
Yep.
but it is so good. Josh, you mentioned to me, one of your friends told you it's the best bad movie out there. And that might be very true. This is, by all means, this is a bad movie because it makes no sense. It's got, it's so ridiculous and it is so much fun.
Yeah, it's a blast. All right, I'll get on with my spiel here. The fun part about this show is that you could actually make it like a streaming show. I mean, the fun part about this movie is that you can make it into a streaming show.
Yeah.
And it would, you could still get away with it being bad. Like, it's that good. It's like, it's that bad. It's good. This must have been a dream for Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. I can't imagine how much fun this would have been. I get to play the bad guy and the good guy. Talk about a blast.
Yeah.
That must have been fun.
And they hammed it up.
Yeah, they did. Oh, they were so good. They took it for everything it was worth. Funny note about this, too. Do you know who this was originally supposed to be? Arnold and Sly.
Really?
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yes, it was.
It would not have worked. It would not have worked with those two.
So then they replaced the director with John Woo, and John Woo was like, "No, we're not doing that."
Did you see that? Arnold walking around be like, Jamie, if you dress up like Halloween, Goose trying to get your pants.
You like the peaches? You want to have the peach town? Down from there.
It's a peach cobbler.
I can eat a peach for weeks. You know, with the fruit. Come on.
Hey, oh Mike.
Yo, Adrian. That's not my name. It doesn't matter. Yo, Adrian.
No, it's all right. You look good.
What's the stuff in my locker?
God.
That would have been terrible.
It would have been terrible. It would have been awful.
Brilliant.
No, so that's why John Woo was just like, that's not going to happen. And pulled in those two. And obviously it was much better. This is, to me, the reason this movie is underrated is because in terms of action movies, say what you will, this is one of the best action movies in terms of sequences I've seen. It's really, really, really good. I'm not saying it's the best, but it's one of. And if you're talking about great action movies throughout the years, this obviously isn't going to be like probably number one in anybody's mind. But when you mention it, everybody who's seen it remembers it. Every single person remembers it. When my dad and I were watching it, because we saw it together at home, he remembers the scene in the water with the boats and that. And he was like, man, this is, he's like, yeah, the whole face thing was ridiculous, but this is really good. Like you pay attention. You get into it because it's very hard not to, just with the acting and the sequences themselves. This is a fantastic, fun movie. I made a comment to Bob. I think I'm actually putting it in the group thread where we said The Mask of Zorro is a great family action movie. You could take the whole family to see that, and it would be great. It'd be a ball. This is not for children. No. This is in no way for children.
No way.
But still, grown-ups go see it. You're not going to be disappointed. It is fun as fun can be. If you go to the movies for an escape, boy, you're going to get one here. And you will not forget it. It will always stay in your mind.
Yep.
That's what I loved about this movie.
What was the name of the doctor who performed the surgery?
Dr. Walsh?
Walsh. Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Walsh! I'm watching some of your greatest hits here.
Just helping myself to some of your groovy painkillers. You know, this is fabulous work. Bravo.
Oh.
It's so good.
So good. So good.
Well, you mentioned the other day, Josh, when you were watching it through, you had gotten to the halfway point where you escaped the prison. That whole prison escape is a great sequence as well.
Great one.
Like the music is just great. Like they play some of the same music during the sequence at the opening at the airport.
Yeah.
The sequence where he's escaping from the prison, and then during the boat sequence, it's like the same score used there. But it's great. Like you see him running up, and then he opens that door, and the sunlight's hitting him, and he hasn't seen the sunlight for what is it, a couple weeks or whatever. He hadn't seen it, and the music's just blaring, and you're just all into it. And then you see him jump off the platform there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, oh gosh. Oh, and I love that where when they tell him, Sean Archer, we want you to know that Castor Troy's dead. Where's his body? I want to see his body. And they're like, well,
his body.
We haven't recovered it yet. You haven't recovered it?
Oh like, my God, you're
don't
keeping
worry,
him
we will
alive.
trust me. He's already here.
Oh, so good.
That's fun stuff.
Oh, I've got to go off topic for a minute. That's something I forgot, if you guys don't mind. Are we done with this for a minute?
I think we said everything.
Yeah, I don't have much more to say. That is just it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I recommend you go check it out if you like action movies, especially if you like action movies from the 90s. Con Air, Broken Arrow, movies like that. This is right up there with that.
It's so good. All of it.
And Nicolas Cage Nicolas Cage and Travolta both had like a surge of movies
they had
during that
heyday.
time.
Yeah,
during that time. That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I'm going to do something I don't think the two of you would do. I'm going to apologize to both of you guys. Because about a month ago, we talked about rookie quarterbacks in the NFL. And I said, Caleb Williams, that he is going to be great and that he learned from a great system. And you both said Jalen Daniels is the one to watch. You guys were 150% right.
Ahem.
So you guys never say you're sorry.
Say it again.
But I'm saying you guys were 150% right. What Jalen Daniels did the other day, Caleb, you know what? I think he spent so much time getting out of crazy spots at SC that now he's in the NFL and can't read the coverages. And
okay, I will say this. I don't think he looked bad in this last game. The problem was it was against the Indianapolis defense, which has not looked good for these first 3 weeks.
Right. And I don't know. And again, Bobby and I said on paper, Chicago should be better. I mean,
where's their running game? Their running game is like non-existent.
Yeah, it's non-existent right now.
Coaching. I don't know if it's their coach who had been on the hot seat last year, and the only reason he was kept on was because they had the number 1 overall pick. He seems like a good guy and a good coach from what I could tell, but you can't have that much talent and be struggling.
Well, we'll see how they do.
So you guys were right.
They're what, 1-2 right now?
Yes.
So because they won that first game. They won that first game on defense and special teams.
Right. But Derek's talking about
and that goes back to the Caleb point too. Now we can't read things.
Yeah.
I told you this was going to happen.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. I was listening to Terry Bradshaw the other day. Him and Jimmy Johnson both said that it drives them crazy in college. They never play under center. It's always shotgun. And then you get to the NFL, and the minute if you're doing play action and you're turning away from the defense plays a lot faster in the NFL.
Yeah.
And you need to start playing, even if it's like a handful of plays, get under center in college. Get comfortable with it. So you guys were right. I was wrong. You guys would never admit the two of you were wrong on something, so I'm the better man. And I will say that I was wrong. Jalen Daniels seems to be for real. I think they finally got their franchise quarterback for years to come.
You were wrong both weeks in fantasy football, this week and last.
Okay, exactly. Okay, you get an F. No, not even an F. You get an incomplete.
An I.
An I. You get an I. Ridiculous. What a night, raising my blood pressure this whole time.
No, all I can say is we know what happened on fantasy this week.
Oops. Now, Bobby,
you know what he's doing? He's turning this into like a 12 days of Christmas thing.
Bobby,
look, I have to enjoy it because it was a good weekend for me. Florida State won.
Wow, you got your first win.
Not only did we win, but we beat Cal, who USC always struggles against. Then USC lost to Michigan. The Dolphins got dominated. And then at the end of the day, your 49ers, Jawan Jennings, saved my fantasy team. And I will say nothing bad about them because he saved my fantasy team.
They lost.
Yeah, they did lose.
I don't care if they lost. I just needed my player to do well.
Wow.
They lost, Bob won. That's how that worked.
You got lucky.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all it takes.
But I won.
Yes.
So, Bob, are you going to announce to everyone where we're going to be tomorrow?
Yeah. So as of right now, hopefully nothing happens last minute, but we're supposed to, because you never know. Hopefully nothing happens last minute. But we're supposed to be on another stream tomorrow. We're going to be on Dames and Dorks, the stream that Lily is a part of. She's been our guest for 3 episodes now.
Yeah, wow.
And so we're looking forward to this. Should be a lot of fun. I will actually post the link to that stream in the description below once the stream comes out. So that way people can go over there and check it out and see what what they thought of the show. It should be a lot of fun, though. It'll be different for us. We don't get to go out and play very often, so this should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun. We're excited.
You keep it professional, Josh.
Huh?
You better keep it professional.
When do I not?
You have this whole time. Are
Bobby,
we going to be on? How many girls are there going to be?
Oh, God.
No, we know how Josh keeps it professional.
$10,000 hits on that.
Josh shouldn't even show up to this. We should just have a screen with just that.
There we go.
You fail the whole night.
No, but it should be fun. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
We're gonna have fun. All right.
Yeah. All right. Are we gonna sign off here, gents? You want to do a little social media?
Sure.
All right, Josh, talk to me.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, The Family Man of the Valley, TikTok, LinkedIn. I'm a realtor here in Southern California. So if you want to buy or sell your house, give me a ring.
All right. Bob, to you, sir.
You can find me at my YouTube channel. Easy ways to search it is Bob Loves Movies, all one word, lowercase. It's the easiest way to find me. We will have the link in the description below. You can also find me on X and Criticless.
All right. Before I give mine, Josh, are we waiting on your movie that's underrated?
Yes.
Okay.
What is your movie?
Good God. Okay. This was hard, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. It was hard. I don't even know if you'll think it's underrated or anything, but I found it I was like, oh my God, I have not seen this movie in a long time. Nobody really talks about it. It's so random. How about, and if you guys don't like it, you can honestly tell me.
Just give us the movie.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Okay.
That's a fair choice.
It's something you never really see it on that often on TV. It had very good reviews. And I haven't seen it in a long time. I'm thinking, let's watch it.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Sounds good.
I believe it's on Max.
Okay.
I'll just go ahead. The other two that I thought about was Masters of the Universe. The reviews were so bad on that. I looked it up and I was like, I don't know.
There's a reason why the reviews were so bad on that.
Yeah, and
then
then
you would have been in
the other
trouble.
one that I like that the reviews were not great, and I'm kind of surprised. Kingpin.
Kingpin's tremendous, and I don't care when it is.
But I could not find it on streaming.
It was
All
on
right,
Max.
Really? So
Yeah,
that
it was. Maybe it left. It's very possible.
that was my choice. Were those two between Kingpin and Bill and Ted's?
Kingpin is comedic perfection.
Bob, have you seen Kingpin?
I have.
Yes.
I thought it's great. I've seen it so many times, and I was like,
Bill Murray. If you didn't love Bill Murray before that, you
so
will afterwards.
I love when at the beginning of the movie, Woody Harrelson's like the big shot in the bowling alley. Someone hands him the pizza. He takes a bite, grabs the ball, throws a strike. And then at the end of the movie, when he makes his comeback, he walks in, grabs the pizza. And the guy goes, "What are you doing, you a-hole?" And punches him.
What was it? He got Munsoned? Isn't that what it was called?
Yeah. And the bottom of your butt starts to feel a little bit like an almost about to explode bratwurst.
Yeah.
Hey, would you mind being quiet? I didn't talk when you bowled.
Yeah.
Was I talking out loud? I'm sorry.
I mean, if we could find that one, I would have chosen that one. Everything I typed in, it kept saying not available in your location.
All right. So Bill and Ted then.
Let's do Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. That's a good one.
One more line from Kingpin, if I could. Here's your scotch and soda. Thanks, Toots. Keep it coming on a long drive.
What is the old lady?
Bill Murray.
What is the old lady when he sleeps with her and he says like he's puking in the toilet? Thanks for a wonderful night. He's like,
oh, by the way, rent's coming up next. I'd start doing some tongue exercises. Oh God, it's so awful. Thank you, Farley Brothers, for everything.
Now I want to see that.
Well, I know. Well, okay, later. We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that down the line.
We'll have to figure it out. All right. So yeah, go ahead, Derek. Where do we find you?
Well, I'm gonna go age myself by watching Agatha, so I guess it's only appropriate if I keep myself with the old people on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, folks out there. Signing off. Looking forward to next week. Talk to you guys then.
Tomorrow.
We'll see you guys tomorrow as well. So.
Oh yes, very good. Yes, tomorrow. All right.
Once I get the link, I'll make sure to get it over to you all.
Very good.
All right. Nice.
All right. Have a good one.
Okay. Bye.
Good night.
All right.